Today I'm visiting Mount Hebron Cemetery in Winchester, Virginia. This cemetery was established in 1844 and is one of the oldest and most historic cemeteries in the Shenandoah Valley. Mount Hebron is actually a combination of four cemeteries with the earliest graves dating back to the 1760s. The gatehouse and castle was built in 1902 and today serves as the chapel and administrative offices. Mount Hebron was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2009. After driving through the gatehouse, we take an immediate left and proceed just a short distance to the grave of Judge Richard Parker. Judge Parker was born in Richmond, Virginia, and began practicing law in nearby Maryville. He was elected to the United States House of Representatives in 1848 and served until 1851 when he was appointed judge of Virginia's 13th Judicial Circuit. While serving on the bench, Judge Parker is best known for presiding over the trial of John Brown after his raid on the arsenal at Harper's Ferry. After the trial of John Brown, Judge Parker continued to serve on the bench until 1869 when he returned to Winchester and his law practice. He continued to practice law in Winchester until his death on November 10, 1893. Moving to the south of the gatehouse, we come to Byrd Circle. Here is the final resting place of Harry Flood Byrd Jr. and Sr., who controlled Virginia politics for more than 50 years during the 20th century. Harry F. Byrd Sr. served as the 50th governor of Virginia from 1926 to 1930. He was then elected to the United States Senate and served in the upper body from 1933 to 1965. When Harry Sr. retired from the Senate in 1965, he was succeeded by his son, Harry F. Byrd Jr., who served from 1965 to 1983. Both Harry Jr. and Sr. are resting here, along with their wives. Back on the north side of the gatehouse, we find the grave of Revolutionary War patriot General Daniel Morgan. General Morgan was born in New Jersey and settled in Virginia during his mid-teens. He became an officer in the Virginia militia and served in Benedict Arnold's expeditions to Quebec and Saratoga. He was regarded as one of the best battlefield tacticians during the Revolutionary War and led the Americans to victory during the Battle of the Cowpens. He died in 1802 at his daughter's home here in Winchester and was originally buried at the Old Stone Presbyterian Church, but his remains were moved here to Mount Hebron shortly after the Civil War. As I said earlier, Mount Hebron is a combination of four separate cemeteries, including the Stonewall Confederate Cemetery, which is the final resting place of some 2,575 Confederate soldiers, many who died in battle and in hospitals in the Winchester area. At the center of the Stonewall Cemetery is this memorial to the unknown Confederate veterans who are resting here. Resting in Stonewall Confederate Cemetery are the Ashby Brothers. General Turner Ashby, and his brother Captain Richard Ashby. General Turner Ashby was killed during the Valley Campaign near Harrisonburg, Virginia on June 6, 1862. His final words were, "Charge, men, for God's sakes, charge." A short time later, a bullet pierced his heart. General Ashby's brother Richard was killed in action on July 3, 1861, near Romney, West Virginia. Resting just a few feet from the Ashby Brothers are two more brothers who served during the Civil War, George Smith Patton and W. Tazewell Patton. Colonel George S. Patton is the grandfather of the famed World War II general by the same name. Colonel George Patton was killed on September 25, 1864, during the Third Battle of Winchester. Colonel Waller Tazewell Patton was wounded during Pickett's charge at Gettysburg on July 3, 1863, and died at a field hospital in Gettysburg on July 21, 1863. This concludes my visit to Mount Hebron Cemetery in Winchester, Virginia. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up below. And if you would like to keep up with my travels, please consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching.